Yeah, welcome back to ordinary differential equations part 6. In part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we have studied what is differential equation of nth order with constant coefficient and how to solve the differential equation, linear differential equation with constant coefficient using CF and PI, complementary function and particular integral. Today we will see solution of differential equation, a special type of linear differential equation which is look like variable coefficient but by suitable substitution can be reduced in constant coefficient. Let's see that type. That's called Cauchy-Euler differential equation. It is reducible to constant coefficient differential equation. Any differential equation A naught nth derivative of y with respect to x plus a1 and minus 1th derivative of y with respect to x and so on. A and y is equal to fx. It's called a nth order linear differential equation. Nth order means a naught is not equal to 0 and it's a constant coefficient because a naught, a1 and an are constant values. A naught, a1 and an are constant values. Now, what is the type of Cauchy and Euler? He just multiplied x to the power n here, x to the power n minus 1 here, and so on. Means the order term and the degree in x is same. Here order term is a derivative is n minus 1 time, degree is n minus 1. So can you tell me the next term? It will be a2 x to the power n minus 2 n minus 2th derivative of y with respect to x plus so on. So this is a type of Cauchy-Euler differential equation. Now it's not a constant coefficient because you have the term x in the multiplication. So it's a look like a variable coefficient nth order linear differential equation. But we can reduce it in constant coefficient. How? So for Cauchy-Euler, we can consider two cases. If a domain x is greater than 0, we are taking when x is greater than 0. If it is not given in the question, we will assume that x is greater than 0. If x is less than 0, we can change the substitution. But in BTech level, it is x greater than 0. And the solution in the form of polynomials. In the Cauchy-Euler differential equation, the solution is in the form of polynomial functions. So let x equal to e to the power z. Here x is independent variable and we are replacing x equal to e to the power z. That's why I am taking x is greater than 0 because exponential function is always greater than 0. Now, so as x greater than 0, e to the power z is also greater than 0 because exponential function is always greater than 0. If x less than 0, we can change the substitution. We can replace x by minus e to the power z, but that is not in your syllabus. So what will be the z here? Z will be log x base e. Z will be log x base e. Now we are interested in the derivative term dy by dx, d2y by dx2 and nth derivative of y with respect to x. If we see first derivative dy by dx, it's the first derivative of y with respect to x. It can be written as dy by dz into dz by dx. We can see carefully here x is independent variable and here we are replacing x by another independent variable that is z. So we want to change it in z variable now. So it will be dy by dz into dz by dx. Can you tell me what is dz by dx? You can differentiate it derivative with respect to x. So dz by dx will be 1 by x only. So 1 by x, if we put the value of dz by dx, so we can take x in the right hand side. It will be x dy by dx equal to dy by dz. Or you can write x d by dx is triple equal. Now it's the operator form d by dz. Or you can write xd equal to d1, where d is I am representing derivative with respect to x, d1 I am representing derivative with respect to z. So x into d is nothing else d1. Similarly, if you go for second derivative d2y by dx2, d2y by dx2, and by the similar manner you can get the result x square d2y by dx2 is equal to d2y by dz2 minus dy by dz. You can see it in some books, or you can solve by yourself also. So x square d square is nothing else, it's a d1 square minus d1 if we compare y, or x square d square equal to d1 d1 minus 1. In the similar manner, x cube d cube will be equal to d1 d1 minus 1 d1 minus 2, and you can find the other derivative terms. So this substitution is very important. Let's see one example based on this type of differential equation. So the differential equation is solve x square d2y by dx2 minus 4x dy by dx plus 6y is equal to x square. So it is a linear differential equation, okay, of second order, and it's a special type of Cauchy differential equation because it's a two-time derivative and you have x squared. The derivative and the degree in x should be same. It's a one-time derivative and degree in x is 1. So it's a Cauchy-Euler differential equation. Cauchy-Euler differential equation. So we can solve it by substituting x equal to e to the power z or z equal to log x. Remember, if you are substituting x equal to e to the power z, then you have to substitute entire term, means LHS and RHS, both the terms. So we know that x dy by dx is nothing else. It was dy by dz, or you can say xd equal to d1, and x square d2y by dx2 is equal to d2y by dz2 minus dy by dz, or you can say that x square d square equal to d1 d1 minus 1. d1 d1 minus 1. Now see the differential equation carefully. We can write our differential equation in this form: x square d square minus 4xd plus 6y is equal to x square. Now put the value: x square d square is d1 d1 minus 1 minus 4 xd is equal to d1 only plus 6y. What is x? X is actually e power z. That means x square will be e to the power 2z. People forget to change in RHS. You have to see, you have to be careful and replace x in right hand side also. Now it will be d1 square minus d1 minus 4d1 plus 6y equal to e to the power z. The differential equation is now in constant coefficient. d1 square minus 5d1 plus 6y equal to e to the power z. The coefficients are constant. Only change is now the independent variable is z now. And d1 is, what is d1 here? d1 is derivative with respect to z, and d is derivative with respect to x. So for complementary function, we will write corresponding homogeneous linear differential equation. That will be d1 square minus 5d1 plus 6y equal to 0. Its auxiliary equation is going to be m square minus 5m plus 6 equal to 0. I told you in lecture 3, 4, 5, you can see just replace d1 by m. So m equal to 2 and 3 roots are real and distinct. So complementary function will be c1 e to the power 2 plus c2 e to the power 3. What will be here? Z or x? Z, because z is independent variable now. So e to the power 2z plus e to the power 3z. Now change z in x because the question is given in x plus c2 e to the power z whole cube. Power, we can multiply. Now it will become c1 x square plus c2 x cube because e to the power z is x. So you can see that the solution is in the polynomial. So in the Cauchy-Euler solution of complementary function is in the form of polynomial function. Let's see the particular integral. So for particular integral, we write d1 polynomial in the denominator, d1 square minus 5d1 plus 6, and RHS is e to the power 2z. So if we replace, what is the rule? I told you, if have any fd into e to the power ax, particular integral was fa e to the power ax, provided fa is non-zero. Means just replace d by coefficient of x. Here you have to replace the coefficient of z, that is 2. If you replace 2 in the place of d1, your denominator 4 minus 10 plus 6 is going to be 0. So we cannot use this result. We have to factorize it. So its factor are d1 minus 3, d1 minus 2, e to the power 2z. You can see that due to this factor, only denominator is vanishing, are going to be 0. But this factor is not creating any problem. So we can apply rule firstly here, and we can take d1 minus 2 outside. Then it can be written as 1 upon d1 minus 3 into e to the power 2z. We can apply particular integral shortcut here. D1 will be replaced by 2. So 2 minus 3, now it will be minus 1, and 1 over d1 minus 2 e to the power 2z. We will write like this. Minus 1 over d1 minus 2 e to the power 2z. Remember, I told you, if you have 1 over d minus a e to the power ax, particular integral was x e to the power ax. If you have power r, then x to the power r by factorial r. Here power is 1 and a is 2. You can compare, only change in independent variable, that was x. Now you have z. So not going to be change a lot. You just replace x by z e to the power 2z. Put the value of z. Z was log x. E to the power z was x. So it will be x square. So particular integral is minus x square log x. So complete solution y will be cf plus pi. Cf was c1 x square plus c2 x cube. Pi is minus x square log x. So this is the complete solution of the given differential equation. Let's see one more example. Example 2. Solve x square d2y by dx2 plus x dy by dx plus y is equal to log x into sine log x. So it is again, you can see that it's a Cauchy-Euler differential equation. And similarly, we can solve this problem also. Let's see the solution. It's a Cauchy-Euler. We can write like this: x square d square plus xd plus 1 y is equal to log x into sine log x. You can see here that it's a Cauchy-Euler because your order term and the x degree is same here. Order term and x degree is same here. We just substitute x equal to e to the power z, or you can say that z equal to log x. Then what is the derivative? Xd is equal to d1 and x square d square equal to d1 minus 1. You can directly write in the exam, where you have to mention that d is d by dx and d1 is d by dz. Now you substitute these results in the given question. It will become d1 minus 1 plus d1 plus 1 y equal to log x is actually z into sine log x means sine z. So our RHS is now z sine z. Remember, RHS is very nice function here, z into sine z. Now the question is converted as d1 square minus d1 plus d1. So d1 is cancelled out, plus 1 y equal to z sine z. For complementary function, we will write corresponding homogeneous linear differential equation, that will be d1 square plus 1 y equal to 0. Now its auxiliary equation will be m square plus 1 equal to 0. So m is going to be plus minus iota. We will compare it with alpha plus minus I beta. So alpha equal to 0, beta equal to 1. In that case, CF was e to the power alpha C1 cos beta plus C2 sine beta into independent variable, that is z here. So you have to write z. If x is independent, we will write x. Now put the value of alpha and beta. Alpha is 0, so e to the power 0 is 1. C1 cos beta is 1, so C1 cos z plus C2 sin z. And you can write cos z as cos z is actually log x plus C2 sin log x. So this is our complementary function here. Now we will see for particular integral. It is 1 over d1 square plus 1 into z sin z. If you have only z, then we can use binomial. If there is a no z, you can use trigonometric function. But due to multiplication, we cannot apply the trigonometric and polynomial function method here. So that for these type of problems, I told you, you have to convert sin z in the exponential function. And I told you e to the power I theta is cos theta plus I sin theta. Or you can write e to the power I z is cos z plus I sin z. So what is sin z here? Sin z is imaginary part of e to the power I z. So we can write particular integral now. Imaginary part of 1 over d1 square plus 1 z e to the power I z. Now we will use the shifting property. Remember shifting property? I told you if I have AFD into e to the power ax into vx, then it was equal to e to the power ax into AFD plus a into vx. Means you can take outside exponential function, but you have to use the shifting property. Similarly, you can take outside e to the power iz, but you have to use the shifting property. That will be d1 plus, what is a here? A is the coefficient of z, that is I. So d1 plus I whole square plus 1 into z. So it's the imaginary part of e to the power iz. You can open it. d1 square plus I square, that is cancelled out with 1, plus 2 d1 I into z. Now we will more simplify it. E to the power iz. You can take d1, you can take common. It will become 2i plus d1 into z. d1 if you take 2i plus d1. d1 means 1 upon d1 means integration. d1 is derivative. So it will become e to the power iz and it will operate on the right hand side only. This is meaningless here. So it will become 1 over 2i plus d1 and integration of z with respect to z, that will be z square by 2. Now what we will do, we will try to make it 1 because it's a polynomial function. So we have to use binomial theorem. 2 we can take outside. 1 upon 2i we can take outside. So it will become 1 plus d1 over 2i into z square. So it will become imaginary part of e to the power iz over 4i 1 plus d1 over 2i to the power minus 1 into z square. Remember I told you 1 plus x to the power minus 1 is 1 minus x plus x square minus x cube plus so on. Its degree is 2, so we will go up to 2 degree in d1. I told you the reason also in part 3-4. So it will be 1 minus d1 over 2i plus d1 square over 2i square means 4i square into z square. We will not go further term because that derivative will be 0 actually. So imagine the part of e to the power iz over 4i. You take z square inside, z square minus 1 upon 2i. d1 means derivative, that will be 2z. 1 upon 4i minus I square is minus 1. d1 square 2 time derivative, that will be 2. Now you can simplify it. E to the power iz is cos z plus I sin z over 4 I. Z square minus 2 is cancelled out. Z over I minus 1 over 2. Now separate real and imaginary part and collect imaginary part. You will get the particular integration. I want to tell you hint here also. 1 upon I you can replace by minus I. Then the problem will look like more easy. Let's see the next example. This type of problem I have already discussed in part 4. So you can use that lecture also. Solve x square d2y by dx2 plus 4x dy by dx plus 2y is equal to e to the power x. Let's see the solution. It is x square d square plus 4xd plus 2 y is equal to e to the power x. It's a Cauchy-Euler differential equation. So we will substitute x equal to e to the power z. So z is going to be log x and xt is equal to d1. X square d square is equal to d1 minus 1. So it will become now d1 minus 1 plus 4d1 plus 2 y equal to e to the power z, because x equal to e to the power z. So it's a d1 square plus 3d1 plus 2 y equal to e to the power z. Now you can solve it using part 4 and part 5. I told you you have to break linear factor and you have to use the result 1 over d minus a e to the power ax, or fx, actually fx. Then it is equal to e to the power ax e to the power minus ax fx dx. You have to use this important result. Okay, let's see the other type similar to Cauchy. Another type of Legendre differential equation. It is also reducible to constant coefficient differential equation. Its type is very easy. If you have a naught nth derivative of y with respect to x plus a1 n minus 1th derivative of y with respect to x and so on. If you want to write, you can write an dy by dx plus an y is equal to fx. In the Cauchy, you have ax to the power n. Here you have ax plus b to the power n. Only change. Ax plus b to the power n minus 1. And here you will get ax plus b, one degree, because derivative is one time. Have n minus 1 time derivative, so degree is n minus 1. N time derivative, so n time multiple. Means if you replace a equal to 1, b equal to 0, it will reduce in Cauchy-Euler differential equation. It will reduce in Cauchy-Euler differential equation. So Cauchy-Euler is a special case of Legendre differential equation. So same manner, you have to just replace ax plus b equal to e to the power z. Here we are assuming ax plus b is greater than 0. Then if you take log, so z will be log ax plus b. So what are the other changes? Ax plus b into d is now equal to a into d1, where d is d by dx and d1 is d by dz. And what will be the other change? Ax plus b whole square d square, that will be a square d1 minus 1 and so on. So let's see one example based on Cauchy-Euler differential equation. I'm giving two example here. You can try by yourself only. One I will discuss here. 2x minus 1 whole square d2y by dx2 plus 2x minus 1 dy by dx minus 2y is equal to 8x square minus 2x plus 3. Second problem is 1 plus x whole square d2y by dx2 plus 1 plus x dy by dx plus y is equal to 2 sine log of 1 plus x. So I'm going to solve second problem. Let's see the solution of second problem. So it's look like 1 plus x whole square d square plus 1 plus x d plus 1 y is equal to 2 sine log 1 plus x. So it's a type of Legendre differential equation. What we will substitute here? We will just substitute 1 plus x equal to e to the power z. So you can say that z equal to log 1 plus x. And what will be the other changes? So 1 plus x d will be, what is your a? If you compare with ax plus b here, your a is 1 only. So there is not going to be any change. 1 into d1. 1 plus x whole square d square, that is a square, means 1 square d1 minus 1. So just replace these values in the equation number 1. So your question will reduce as d1 minus 1 plus d1 plus 1 y is equal to 2 sine log 1 plus x is now z actually. So it will become now d1 square plus 1 y equal to 2 sine z Okay, so for complementary function you will write the corresponding homogeneous linear differential equation. It will become d1 square plus 1 y equal to 0. Its auxiliary equation is m square plus 1 equal to 0, so m equal to 0 plus minus I. Again you have to compare with alpha plus minus I beta, so alpha equal to 0, beta equal to 1. So your complementary function is e to the power alpha z, c1 cos beta z plus c2 sin beta z, because z is independent variable. Put the value of alpha, beta and z. C1 cos beta is 1, z is actually log 1 plus x plus c2 sin log 1 plus x. We have just put the value of z and value of alpha and beta. So this is your CF. Now for particular integral, if you go, particular integral is 1 over d1 square plus 1 2 sin z. And the rule was, if you have 1 over f for d square into sin ax plus b, you have to just replace f equal to minus a square sin ax plus b, provided denominator is non-zero. But as you replace the coefficient of z 1 here and apply negative sign, minus 1 square plus 1, denominator is 0. So you have to go for second rule, 1 over d square plus a square sin ax plus b. I told you this is equal to x over 2a minus x over 2a cos ax plus b. So we have to use this result, z over 2a minus z over 2a. A is 1 and cos sin z will become cos z. So 2 is cancelled out. It is minus z cos z. Put the value of z, minus log 1 plus x cos log 1 plus x. It is the case when denominator is going to be 0. So we have to apply this result. So this is your particular integral. So complete solution is CF plus PI. You have to use CF. You have to add CF and PI. You will get the complete solution of this problem. So this is the ending of constant coefficient differential equation. In next lecture, we will see how to solve variable coefficient differential equation of second order. We will see some important method. There are 4 methods in your syllabus: variation of parameter, reduction of order method, normal form method, and change of independent variable method. So wait for next parts. Okay, thank you.